Ezra and Nehemiah were contemporaries, and they both wrote about the rebuilding of Jerusalem, which occurred approximately 70 years after it was destroyed by the Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar. Ezra wrote about the rebuilding of the temple under Zerubbabel, while Nehemiah wrote concerning the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls. From ancient times, the cities located in the Middle East were surrounded by stone walls with gates that were guarded for the protection of the citizens. The important men of each city would gather at the gate, where they would conduct the business of the city, share important information, or just pass the time. Nehemiah's account begins in 445 BC, and this date is important because the prophet Daniel, a contemporary of Ezra and Nehemiah, wrote the 70 weeks of years prophecy based on a very specific date, March 15th, 445 BC. This date is crucial to the beginning of the prophecy as it starts the prophetic timeline, which ends with the second coming of Jesus Christ. This prophecy was written long before Jesus came the first time, but it continues through those years leading up to his being cut off. It gives details about the Antichrist, how he will come onto the world scene, and how he will move against Israel in his final assault on God and his people. We are currently living between the 69th and 70th week. Daniel's prophecy is found in Daniel chapter 9, verse 25. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 70 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. Nehemiah did not know that he was fulfilling the prophecy written by Daniel. Nehemiah, who was also captive in Babylon at the time, began his writings with intercessory prayer for his people Israel, just as Daniel constantly prayed on their behalf, beseeching God to have mercy on them and return them to their homeland. Nehemiah listed specific dates under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit in order that there might be a written record as to the issuing of the decree to rebuild Jerusalem. Before he asked the king's permission to rebuild Jerusalem's walls, Nehemiah prayed, and God granted his request. As he was leaving Babylon, he met some Arab men who mocked him for what he was about to do. Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 20 records his statement, which stands even today as a testament to who has the right to the city known as Jerusalem. Then answered I them and said unto them, the God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we his servants will arise and build. But ye have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Nehemiah continued in his quest to rebuild Jerusalem. God provided all the necessary workers, and the building began. However, they were not without enemies, those who desired to stop the rebuilding. But God intervened as he had done with Moses. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 20 records, in what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. This was God's preordained plan to bring his people out of bondage and back into their land to worship in the temple once again.